How would Mississippi plug a $90 million hole in the budget in the future? Every year, an item comes up before the legislature in Jackson that could force us to answer that question. It has to do with buying liquor at the same place you get your groceries, and I'm going to tell you why this is a terrible idea. The changes being proposed right now are called House Bill 4, and it's going to hit us all in the wallet and kill thousands of jobs in the process. What it does is basically allows ABC, which is the Alcohol and Beverage Commission, to permit places like Walmart and Costco to sell liquor. I've been doing this liquor business for about 20 years. I've worked behind the bar and behind the counter at your liquor store. And like my coworkers, I have lots of information and about wine and pairings, recipes, and I know the laws, I know the procedures, and I know trends. So House Bill 4 and the privatization of ABC will, like I said, force businesses like mine to go under. The money from liquor sales goes to a part of state income called the general fund. And if we lose that, we're going to have to find the money elsewhere, which usually means a tax increase someplace. And in addition to that, personal service will be lost and costs will be driven up. Because according to the Alcohol Beverage Code, Title 67, the state right now is required to consign items, liquor items to us. Now, according to the Department of Revenue website, Mississippi has about 1,200 stores like mine, and we generated almost $90 million in income for the state in fiscal year 2020. That's up from $71 million in 2019. As I said, it goes into the state's general fund, and it's the second largest contributor to the general fund besides sales tax. This is according to Tasha Katsaboulis. He is our lobbyist who is representing liquor retailers like myself. These small businesses are owned by your friends and your neighbors. Now, every year this bill comes up, and every year we have to try to shoot it down because we employ thousands of people and indirectly support thousands of other jobs: truck drivers, order pullers, equipment, office pullers, vendor employees. They all earn their living by what we do. Now, these jobs are at risk because multiple permits going to these big stores would just completely crowd us out, and it would remove the ABC altogether, according to Pan Standards at Bacchus in Long Beach. Now, current law only allows one permit per retailer. The government can play a role in protectionism to save save Main Street from Wall Street. I had it backward. And, we need to just leave well enough alone and not allow sales in big places like this. Now, with minor upgrades that can be paid for with some of this record revenue, the warehouse and facilities in Jackson can step up their game to, accommodate the increased volume that they've experienced. And, when every other business had suffered due to coronavirus, we are an essential business. Everyone associated with this industry, from cashiers to people who load trucks, benefited and had jobs, and we could provide, for our families. So now that I basically covered the parts of ABC, the income it generates, people who benefit, and let's just see how the privatization is going to be expensive. If it's privatized, the warehouse will close, and all that revenue is going to be gone, in addition to the jobs, as reported by the Northside Sun newspaper. And of course, it'll require a price hike, usually in the form of a tax. And so that $15 bottle of wine, for example, could end up costing you $20. And because the state sells it to me at a little profit, if we cut the ABC out, then that's going to be lost too. The general fund is basically a checking account for the state of Mississippi, and it's how we run things day to day and how we service our debts. We're a poor state, so if we lose that money, how are we going to fix it? According to Steve Wilson at the Northside Sun, it could be an increase in excise taxes. It will start at the bottom and go up at every level. So we're in danger of losing our livelihoods and our stores. We retail wine and liquor, and it's really not super profitable to begin with. There are lots and lots of rules. Also, Mississippi needs ABC's contributions to organization of delivery and accessibility. Service will be terrible. Losing stores like mine would mean if you go to a bar or something, your bar owner would no longer be able to come and get a bottle of Crown, for example, if he ran out in the middle of the night, because we're really nimble. We can serve dozens and dozens of restaurants and bars in our communities. If this change goes forward, only big providers like casinos and big stores are going to be serviced by ABC. And what happens, excuse me, what happens is when corporations get involved, your choices will go from about 1,800 different products, which is what we have now, to somewhere around 100. So not only is the price going to go up, you're not going to be able to get your regular stuff. I mean, there's a huge limit on what you're going to be able to get. So I appreciate you taking the time, to think about where your liquor comes from, the businesses that we serve, and all the jobs that we create together. I think, it's important to note the $90 million once again that we contribute to the general fund. Allowing places like Walmart to sell wine and liquor would just devastate our economy. And again, it's going to have to be made up somewhere. So while it may seem convenient and possibly cheaper, Mississippi is, in danger because of this. I urge you to oppose House Bill 4 and measures that would abolish the ABC and instead to support upgrades to the current facility, as reported to Mary Perez in the Sun Herald last week. The loss of wine sales alone is about $32 million in revenue per year. We can't do it. We have to replace that income. This move will, endanger businesses and, of course, ruin the lives of people like us, who spent our whole lives putting this together. And at the end of the day, the important thing is the consumer is going to have to pay more. And whether that is at the liquor store or the restaurant or the club, it's just going to cost more. Our specialty shops employ real, breathing human beings who recirculate our money locally instead of having it siphoned off by a big corporation and going out of state. So please reject House Bill 4 and any measure like it. Thank you.